Hello everybody, welcome to Rhapsody Studio here in Anthem, Arizona. I'm Mike Tuttle, once again coming to you with our Rhapspired video series, an opportunity for us as musicians and members of the Rhapsody crew here to share a little bit about why we do music, why we're inspired music. We sure hope that our stories and our videos that we're sharing with you give you a chance to also think a little bit about what inspired you in music. And if you haven't done music for a while, get back and get involved in music. It is something that really binds us all. Humans, there's a piece of music that binds us that just almost nothing else we do will bind us. So we're fortunate today. We've got in the studio Mr. Alec Namen. Alec is a senior at Boulder Creek High School. He's an amazing young clarinet player. He's an employee here at Rhapsody Music, has been an integral part of the last year with us here and really trying to be part of the journey and help us with what we do with our students. So Alec, glad to have you with us here today, sir. And we'll start by just the question, hey, what inspires you about music? What makes that work for you?
Yeah, so I started in band 4th grade, and it was kind of it started out just being a cool way to a hobby for me, and then as time went on, I started to really get this passion for actually performing. And I wasn't going to do band coming into high school, and the thing that made me change my mind there was I went to one of our honor band performances, and just to be able to play in a group of experienced musicians, and something that I hadn't really gotten before at my elementary school. It was just this amazing feeling, and kind of moving forward now, one of the things I think that really keeps me going the most is when we are performing. It feels like you are part of this big whole thing, and you can really, it's just this one collective working together to be a big part of something greater, making music, and being able to single-handedly kind of influence that and create that music myself too, is something that's really kept me going.
Very cool. When I taught high school, one of the things I told the bands oftentimes, and I think this might be kind of what you're alluding to, is, to me, music was one of those places where the combined result could somehow be greater than just all the individual parts. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Like what that experience comes out of just
Yes.
balloons?
Just the feeling of everyone playing together, everyone in sync, and just making this one big collective sound is really just what keeps me going in music.
Hey Alec, I was just wondering, every kid goes through that if they're going to sign up for band, if they're doing that sort of thing. Some kids sign up because mom and dad say you're doing this. When you were signing up, what is it about the clarinet that drew you? Right.
So yeah, my school, everyone was forced to take band for a year just to try out all the instruments, and we tried the trumpet, we tried the flute, we tried the clarinet, and actually the clarinet was the only instrument that I could make sound on. I could not figure out how to play the other ones, and then I was like, hey Dad, hey Mom, I want to play the saxophone, and we went to this kind of meeting where they gave us prizes and everything, and the saxophone was too expensive.
Yeah.
So that's why I picked the clarinet, and honestly, I'm happy that happened, because I love the instrument so much. It is such a cool and expressive instrument.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No, couldn't make a sound on any of the other instruments, so that's the one I want to go. Very cool. We've had Alec with us for about a year, and it's fun being able to employ some of the younger kids in our community. Very talented kids musically here in Anthem community. I hope you all know that. Boulder Creek High School and the supportive schools to that have put out such amazing music programs, and I get to see so many of these kids in a variety of settings, really strong musicians up here in our Anthem community, which is thrilling. But I get to watch them grow over a period of time through some very key points in their journey, as they're coming in their sophomore, junior, senior kind of time frames. One of the things that Alec shared with me at one point in time, there was a transitional moment where he started really understanding what we were trying to do here at Rhapsody from a standpoint of engaging with that younger group of kids, those 10-year, 11, 12-year-olds, or even younger, whether it be guitar or band instruments. And he had talked about switching the corner a little bit, how that becoming almost a real important component. You remember a little bit, you and I talked about some of the teaching a little bit, and then in our big staff meeting, you kind of went into
Yeah.
that whole part.
So-
Expound on that for a little bit.
Yeah, so one of the key moments that I had working here that I realized that this is something bigger than I realized was, it was right around August, our rental season. Kids are coming in to start their middle school bands and renting instruments, and there was this one brand new beginning band kid, maybe 5th grade, picking up a clarinet. He came in for his second time, and he was showing me how to put together his instrument and put on cord grease, and it was just the coolest thing ever because it sounds cheesy, but I really saw myself in that kid because, you know, when I first got my clarinet, 4th grade, I didn't know how to put it together, but I tried. I sat in my room, I first got it, and I was like, I don't know how to put the reed on this thing, but I tried it, and I just wanted to get, you know, I wanted to start going as soon as possible. My parents were telling me, no, you gotta wait to learn how to do it, but I just wanted to hit the ground running, you know?
I love that. I love that. Engaging with the young kids is something that we at Rhapsody, we get a chance to do here a lot just because of the amount of students that come in. And it's amazing how that story, or I know Pete had shared a story about same kind of thing about helping a kid with a rental instrument, or Bill Miller in one of our episodes shared about helping a flute student understand that it was cool to play flute. Just as you see these kids light up in the engagement is kind of an amazing experience. So Alec, you mentioned starting 4th grade. So he's been playing 8 or 9 years as a clarinetist. I know he's played soprano clarinet, he's played bass clarinet. At one point he was pretty well received in the regional all-state kind of level of things. He's also played an instrument called the alto clarinet, if you all want to look that one up. That's a good one. In all your playing, all the stuff you've done, is there any composer or piece or any particular music experience that stands out as something you've played or heard that really just gets you going?
Yeah, so I've had the opportunity over, you know, my last couple of years in high school to play several different pieces and suites by Gustav Holst. I've had the opportunity to play his first suite in E flat and his second suite in F, and just some amazing music. But my favorite among his work is from his Planet Suite, Jupiter. Just such a powerful and an emotional piece with these big moments that and really just captivates exactly what Holst is trying to convey, which is the size and just the power of Jupiter, you know, with all of its different ideas there.
Oh yeah, the suite from the planets is a pretty amazing compositional. I love that you just connected with the fact of what he was trying to portray, right? How important is that? That music isn't just notes on the page, but in the Jupiter composition, we're really trying to portray the expansiveness of Jupiter in space and all of that moment. So let's take a moment, we're going to listen to that. Yeah, that's pretty amazing composition. All the stuff by Holst, I think has influenced me also as a player and a director. Obviously you said it does. So as we listen to that, you know, we think about, you're just talking about the size, the expansion. Tell me just how that moves you as you're listening to it.
I mean, the part that really just gets to me the most is this slow melody, the ba da 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 da. It's just so emotional and huge, and when it swells and hits a climax, it's just chills on my whole body, you know.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, you know, you can think about a lot of different musicians. Everybody has stories that are different, but if you get down to the core of it, you're going to find that a lot of these stories align. You're going to find that Alec's story and my story, Bill Miller's story, Pete, any of the folks we bring in front of you, you're going to find there are some components there where music gets to be bigger than us as individuals. And it's amazing how much we feel just blessed to be part of that journey in that program. So, hey, Alec, I want to thank you so much for being with us today. What a treat for me. And again, Mike Tuttle from the Rhapsody studio, along with Alec Namen. We've got Sarah back behind the camera. She hates when I acknowledge her back there, but we're going to anyway. And again, we're trying to create some content for you guys here to enjoy. So please take a moment, share with your friends, share all of these things. You're going to see us on YouTube. You're going to see us on Facebook. You're going to see us on Instagram. Make sure you're following us on all of those social media platforms. Share it, like it, smash it, do the things that everybody says to do. And no matter what you do something that inspires you musically. Do something today. Listen to a tune, support somebody. Thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you guys again.